the star of 8th grade.
Hey!
Will you come talk to me?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Milkshake.
Do teenagers still do this and come to diners?
Maybe not most, although my theater class likes to, after the play, go to Denny's.
My theater classes in high
Really?
school would go to Denny's because it was the only place that was open 24/7. So if you just give me a yes or no answer whether these things are cool or not, I think our readers and viewers will be very interested.
Awesome sauce.
Is Snapchat cool?
Yes.
You said that with some pain in your face.
It's not cool to me personally,
Okay.
but to teens in general, the consensus is it's all right.
Are sleepovers cool?
Yes. For me, hella.
Is vaping cool?
No, no, no,
Are hoverboards cool?
no. I think they're used ironically.
Are selfie sticks cool?
Practical, but not in.
Are cheerleaders cool?
I think that's cool.
Is being good at school cool?
Yes, surprisingly. In movies for teens, you know, if you're good at school, that makes you a nerd. But like, people who are good at school at my school, I have the most friends. So I think that is pretty cool.
Wow, shout out to your school.
Hell yeah.
Are newspapers cool?
No, I know.
Oh.
I feel terrible saying it, but it's like, I think they're not cool, but again, are needed. They're good.
That's fair.
Practical.
Are millennials cool?
Yes.
So a lot of parents I've spoken to are terrified to see this movie because they have kids in middle school or have kids that will be in middle school, and they're just like terrified. What do you hope parents who see this movie will take away from it?
I just hope they realize that like, you were in your kids' shoes at some point, so you should have faith that they're gonna be okay. Cause like, hopefully you can just relate to each other. And for kids who watch the movie, hopefully they can relate to the dad. Stuff sucks, but at some point it might suck a little less. I don't talk a lot at school, but if people talk to me and stuff, they'd find out that I'm like really funny and cool and talkative. By the way, I like your shirt a lot. It's like so cool. What?
Do you think it's harder to be a teenager now than it was like when your parents were teenagers?
Yes, probably. I mean, I obviously wasn't alive when my parents were teenagers, so...
That would have been weird.
Yes, it would have been. Well, time travel, we'll see. This time period is about messing up and learning from your mistakes. And like, the internet just kind of gives a permanence to that. You know, you can make a bad joke and it can stick with you forever. I think it is harder.
So you wrote in Teen Vogue recently about how you have dealt with some anxiety. And I was wondering, how do you, as someone who deals with anxiety, deal with now being in the public eye and being really vulnerable on camera and talking to the media? How do you cope with that?
I mean, thankfully I have people I can talk to if I really feel like I do need to talk to someone about it. I just try to be honest on camera and not worry about it. And I never watch interviews because I will overthink them. So as much as I can distance myself from it, I think that makes it great while being honest when we're doing it, so.
This is a weird question, but why are some kids mean?
I think a lot of it has to do with insecurities. I mean, I know that's very cliche to say, but it's true. It's just a way of coping with your own insecurities and just, maybe you just don't know how to handle being in social situations. And I don't think people think it's cool to be mean. Although I will say, from my experience, a lot of boys think it's funny to not be mean, but like, be kind of like ignorant, you know, of stuff.
Kayla gives a lot of advice in her YouTube videos. What's the best advice she gives?
For me personally, I think being yourself is the best one she gives. The topic of today's video is being yourself. Being yourself can be hard, and it's like, aren't I always being myself? You know, it's a true deep question. Do we know what it means to be ourselves? Probably not. There's just so much anxiety, especially now, about conforming and constantly being in the public eye, regardless of whether you're a celebrity or not. Like, social media just adds a whole nother aspect to that. So I think if you are yourself, you can worry about making yourself happy more, because you're not always performing.
Why do you think that even though Kayla's having such a terrible time in middle school, she's so actually optimistic? In the whole movie, she keeps saying it's gonna be, maybe it'll be better, maybe it'll be bad now and better later.
I think a lot of it is probably her her dad influencing her, because he's just a good person.
I said one more week of 8th grade, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, huh? You know, she might have had a rough middle school, but we're only seeing a week of her life. We don't know what the rest of her life is. And I just have faith that she is a genuine person who truly believes that things can get better. So I don't have a specific answer. I just think a lot of her surroundings are really good, and she's just good.
Finally, I have I have the check here for you.
Oh,
And it has a very important question inside, which is, do you like the Washington Post, yes or no?
Ah!
That was a really,
I know.
that was a fake out.
I know. I like to be scary. Here
So
we are.
despite what you've said about newspapers, it's a yes, guys. She does. She likes it.
I like how the letters are different sizes. It looks like it was cut out of a magazine.